We have been renovating our house out in the desert for almost a year now, which is crazy to even say. And today we're making major progress because we're making over our laundry room. This video is sponsored by LG. I couldn't have anything but an LG washer and dryer in our desert house. We have one in our main house back in LA. Love it, live for it, swear by it. Before we jump into the entire makeover process, I think it's important to kind of sit down and figure out how we can maximize this space, because to be honest, this space is very small and it is a little clunky. It's also just really boring. So we need to figure out how to make her more functional and get more storage out of this space. Okay, so for this laundry room, I want to get rid of the side-by-side washer and dryers and replace it with my new LG WashTower, which has the washer and dryer stacked on top of each other. This is going to create more floor space for more storage and cabinetry. Also, reaching over a washer and dryer to get your supplies is so annoying. And speaking of storage, I do want to build upper and lower cabinetry so that I can maximize more storage and so I can have a countertop area to fold laundry. I want my cabinets to match my kitchen cabinets as well as the hardware that I'm doing in my kitchen to kind of keep the overall design flow going through the house. I also want to add in some chic containers to store laundry products and a lot of organizational containers just to make that space functional and beautiful and get this place ready for guests. So when I bought this house, this closet did not have doors, so I have to order new doors. I am going to be mudding, skim coating, smoothing out these walls inside of here, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to lime wash the inside of this little nook or wallpaper or just paint it. Let me know what you would do down below. The floors are already ready already. Oh, I'm also ordering cabinets. I think with the cabinets and the laundry situation, the LG washer and dryer tower, this place is gonna look amazing. Speaking of the wash tower, it was one of the very first things to arrive for this renovation project, and I kind of live out in the middle of nowhere up a really challenging dirt roads, and a lot of things can't even be delivered to my house. So I was amazed that I could get the wash tower delivered out here. But there was some challenges because the truck was too big and my driveway was too steep. Luckily, I had my crew here who have a small pickup truck that we were able to kind of MacGyver it and finagle it. It was kind of a small miracle. It made it. So we're gonna have to unload it, put it on my contractor's truck, and then we're gonna have to drive his truck all the way up this long driveway to the house. So we ended up lowering the wash tower on the back of the big truck, and then we moved it, of course, to the little truck. And then my team backed it up that big hill to my house like the little engine that could. Gas it, gas it, gas it, gas it. Oh, oh, oh. That was a thrill! So it took a village, but the new wash tower was finally home, and just like that, the laundry room makeover had begun. So my new LG wash tower has arrived, and I get to unbox it right now.
Get it! Stuck inside the box.
I'm okay, I'm okay. It's nice.
That's really nice.
Dude, this is like art. I want this out here. I don't want it in a closet. It really saves you on your
You can tell these a lot bigger doors, but it's like slimmer. Yeah.
Deciding which washer and dryer to use in this space was really an important detail, not only because a washer and dryer that we would choose has to be reliable for us and guests who stay here, but it also needed to fit into a very small space. That is why I had to go with the LG wash tower. Not only does the LG wash tower have an ultra large capacity, which is also crucial out here because we're going to be washing a ton of bedding and a ton of towels. It has to be able to handle a large load. It is one of the only washer and dryer towers that also has incredible AI technology. Their AI technology can detect things like fabric texture and load sizes, and it'll actually detect the perfect settings that you need depending on the type of load that you're washing. Their ThinQ app also has a feature called ThinQ Care, which will provide you reports on how the appliance is doing and let you know if there's anything you need to do to ensure the highest level of performance. As much as this wash tower provides in function and technology, perhaps my favorite part is how pretty it is. It comes in several different colors. I actually chose the graphite steel because I think it just looks so sleek and minimal with the space. So if you're in the market looking for a washer or dryer or both that checks all the boxes, definitely check out the LG wash tower. I'll link it in the description below. Thanks LG for sponsoring. Now we gotta get back to work. Next to arrive were my cabinets, and I ordered the same cabinets for the laundry room that I did for the kitchen. They were white oak cabinets with a very unique and custom white wash stain. And the cabinets were of course soft close, love those. And I have to say that seeing these new cabinets in this space made such a massive difference almost immediately. They really do set the tone in this closet in a major way. So when it came to the walls, I contemplated just painting them or putting wallpaper up, but I had seen so many people doing that Roman clay technique, which is actually a clay texture that you put on your walls. It's organic, it's beautiful, and I thought it would be a nice way to give it texture without going overboard. Plus, you barely even see the walls in there. I just wanted just a little of design. Today I'm getting my hands dirty at the house. I'm going to attempt to do Roman clay on the walls. Roman clay is kind of a plaster, almost like skim coating technique. It's really great for spaces that have a lot of moisture, like a bathroom or a kitchen or a laundry room, because it's easy to clean, it's pretty hardy, it holds up really well, and it is a natural product, which we love it. And I think it's something I can tackle. I have been skim coating here and there, and I've gotten kind of the hang of it, so I feel like it's gonna be pretty similar to that. Here's where we are with the laundry room. The guys have been skim coating the walls because the walls were super textured before, and it was really impossible to do any kind of Roman clay lime wash. But now that they are finally smooth, I am gonna be able to start this process. Never done it before, have no idea what I'm doing. This is the brand, I will link it below. This color is called Patagonia. It is kind of a warm white. The guy told me that when you're doing Roman clay and you've not really done it before, you should start with a plastic knife versus a metal knife. I have metal knives here that I'm gonna try if this doesn't work. Here we go. Let's see what we can do in here. So I started with a 6-inch knife. The guy at the store told me bigger is better, and I do think he actually was talking about the size of the plastic knife. And then I also used a drywall mud pan to hold it all since I was using a large knife. So it's almost like cake batter consistency right now. The Roman clay guy told me to start with a big knife and start in a corner and build my way out. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh no, I know it's getting everywhere. Oh no. He told me to thin it out as much as I can. Because if you do it thick, it's gonna be maybe too textured. This knife might suck. I think I'm gonna have to go with the metal one. All right, I got the big guns. The big knife. This is probably an 8-inch if I'm not mistaken. I like this so much better. Oh my gosh. This is like night and day better. With the plastic knife edge, it just was not thin enough to make the right amount of flat contact with the wall, and a lot of my material ended up just falling off on the floor. With the metal knife, the edge was pretty sharp, and I found that it bent a little more easily, allowing me to really change the pressure when the wall had uneven spots, which walls just tend to do. It's starting to dry really fast also. Ow. Now, a lot of this space is going to be covered by the wash tower, and thankfully so, because it was really hard to work around the edges with all those plumbing fixtures and electrical outlets, but it did give me some good practice on a spot that literally no one will ever see, and it gave me some time to really get the hang of the technique. I think a tip that I have is to treat the corners like caulk and just run your finger kind of like down the corner to spread out the clay, because it's really soft and easy to kind of manipulate where you want to manipulate it. Another tip that I have is that because it's such a soft, malleable texture material, when it's sort of almost dry, you can kind of rub your finger over some of the high spots, and it like kind of balls up and kind of smooths out, which I do think will save you time when it comes to sanding in between coats. And speaking of sanding, you will need to sand just a little bit between coats, but not too much. You're just going to be using a 220 sand block and a light raise over your wall just to knock down any high spots. You don't want to press down too hard because you will remove all the texture. So just a gentle light sanding spot treatment will do. So we ran into a little bit of an issue. I designed my cabinets too big. I'm really bad at measuring. Everybody likes to joke that I have a magical measuring tape that actually isn't based in reality. This could have been a very expensive mistake. We would have had to bust out this wall and redesign and rebuild the laundry room. But after many hours of planning, strategy, and lots of scooching, my team was able to finally get her secured in place without any issues. Also, I wanted to work on a little bit of an organization project for all of the laundry supplies. I want our storage and cabinets to look super professional. And I really went big and restocked our laundry room with literally anything and everything you could ever need or want. And that was expensive. Wow, the cost of everything is kind of ridiculous right now. So I picked up these really beautiful bamboo storage containers. I think each of these were about $10. I also picked up some labels. I'll link all of these below. These are so pretty and sophisticated. Excuse me. Let's get to organizing.
I wanna let you go, but I'm counting the days till I see ya. Still wanna take you home, and I'm biting my lip till I get you close. Just let me know. Just let me know. Just let me know. Just let me know.
Okay, now I'm ready to show you the final reveal. I do want to preface this by saying it's not completely done. The doors aren't installed and the countertops haven't arrived yet, so there are still a few pieces that aren't complete. But that's what happens in renovations. Nothing is ever really done, but I didn't want to wait any longer to show you the after. It's so good.
What do you want to know? I'll be around in a spark, just like you always do. Conquer the fear of the dark.
Was there something that I missed that I should do and I didn't think about? Let me know. You guys are really the experts. Don't forget to subscribe. Thumbs up this video so that it performs well in the algorithm so that more people can get this inspiration and learn from my mistakes. Thanks again to LG for partnering with me on this. More renovation projects are coming. I will see you in the next one.